now that I've went over all that of how I'm marking up my charts before future sessions, that's number one. How I'm using yesterday's high and low, pre-market high and low, that's number two. Okay, let's talk tools, indicators, and contracts. My developer should have it pretty close to done. I'm going to have to message them, and I will be traveling, so please give me a little bit of grace, and we will get to it. I promise. But let's go take a look at how this would look with some of the other things. You'll notice we've got 20 EMA. This is just based off of our golden strategy. That's just a 20. I don't love the VWAP. I don't think it's on here. I don't love the way it moves. I'm still a little bit more fond of my 50 that I use for the golden strategy. By far, I'm still a lot more fond of even a smaller time frame moving average versus the VWAP. It just moves kind of janky. I think the 50 tells a very comparable story. For futures, maybe use the 20. Maybe you like the 30. Maybe you like the 14. Find one that your eyes see and then stick with it. I'd probably say don't go too small, right? Because you still want this to be telling you the trend. But you guys get the idea. By the time we get to here, a couple things to go over. So, as you notice, pre-market, this is where we're sitting. We're sitting below the 50. We're sitting below pre-market low. We already know. By the time you get to here, not only have you broken above the 50, but you've retested and broken, not the 50, but the 20. You've broken above and retested a range. You've really got a clear view and an ability to stay in this trade. But not just that. Wait, there's more. But what we're building right now is a way to draw our little box out properly. Mind you, this is done. That is our 9:30 candle. That's on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 2 minute. Let's do this right. Let's go. So, to draw out our 2 minute range, or if you're on the 5 minute, okay? If you're on the 5 minute, draw out that 5 minute range, okay? That's yesterday's. That's coming today. That is our whole 5 minute range. We break above and stay above, right? But to draw it out. And not only that, so it's going to have the option in there to give you the box with that 50% line, as well as the contract sizes and the amount of ticks or pips. The math between futures and Forex is a little bit rough, and I'm trying to make sure it applies to both. So that's the last thing we're working on. I just needed to be able to test it properly. But here you go. Now we have a way to say, hey, if and when we break above, we can break above, retest. This is 5 contracts, and you get to determine how much those 5 contracts are worth. So if you say, hey, I'm willing to risk $100, $200, $500, this will tell you with pretty darn good accuracy. Remember, the tick by tick and second by second is going to make an impact. But with really good accuracy, what to expect, right? That if you have a 1-to-1, okay, and if this gives you 5, you can even lowball it by 1, for example. This is a full-size contract to give you an idea, but it's also not a lot of ticks. It's not a whole bunch of a move. This is not like MT4 where you can just measure. So, for example, I mean, that's what, I think it's 48 ticks, but I don't know. I'm not the expert at ticks. That's why I'm having this made, is because I don't know. Legitimately, I just do not know. You guys get the idea. So take a look. That's what we're working on. You'll notice on this chart, literally, the only thing I have on here is a 20 moving average, so that I'm kind of leaning closer to that for futures than I am the 50. The 50 is not bad by any means. If the 50 is smooth, it's cleaner, right? Much, much cleaner. But I also need to be exiting quicker in terms of futures than I do for Forex. So I kind of like that. I kind of like it a lot. Like it a lot. But there you go. All this on my screen right now is the 20 moving average. And our one of about 3 or 4 now that we're working on. Different trading view scripts that are going to be all 6-figure trading coach. Part of anybody who's in the community. Really worthwhile. Awesome way to be. I think this will help a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Just to show you how much that cleans this up here. Holy cow. This was a choppy, messy day. This is the 2 minute. We bounce around. But if you get over the noise, okay, and I take out the drawings, hide all my drawings, take a look. By knowing the time frames too, this is very expensive. That's why I'd probably have to change how much I'm willing to lose in order to trade this size of a range. Let's go down one more. There you go. Now I get 1 contract. If you get an idea, look. Following just this system, as you break out, you hit your 1-to-1. Even if you wanted to take the sell, okay, you hit your 1-to-1, okay? Based off of whether you enter the 50% mark, you hit the 2-to-1. Based off of whether or not you waited for the retest, you hit about 1.5 to 1. Even on a very choppy day where a lot of people struggled to win, right? just choppy up and down. The market wouldn't pick a direction. Definitely a good recipe for success. So you'll notice as you go back in history, you're going to find very comparable things. This one's beautiful, obviously. You break above, you would have hit your target. Actually, we talked about this. We were trading at this point. We knew we were swinging high, and I took the sell down. Beautiful sell down. Perfect. So this wasn't confirmed. That happened like in 2.5 seconds, that little pop-up, which we knew we were doing that. We were sitting somewhere right in here. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very, very excited. Very, very, very exciting things coming within the community.